Hi everyone, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for tonight, I'm making a carrot cake. It's going to be delicious and you're going to love it. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to make a carrot cake. It's going to be delicious. So you need a bunch of carrots and we're going to shred it, and I'm going to use my food processor to do that. And we're looking for 3 cups of shredded carrot. So that's the first step. Okay, so I usually shred my carrots with my hand with a grater, but I have my food processor, so I've been using it a lot more. So I'm just looking for 3 cups. So I'm going to go ahead and start processing these carrots. So that was a bunch of carrots. So we're just looking for 3 cups. Okay, let's see what we have here. So we have 1, 2, it's pretty, it looks like about 3 cups. I might just do about 2 more carrots, just to be sure. Okay, so my carrots, I had cleaned them and got them ready for all this. So let's just do like 2 more. I mean, these carrots are pretty thin, the ones I got, so let's just do that, and whatever's left is fine. Okay. So I have my carrots all done. These little pieces here, I'm just going to give them to my dog who's waiting right here. Okay, so here's my carrots. Just make sure you have 3 cups. And then we will get to the next step. Okay, so the next step is we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which I already have in here. And then we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda. So here's my teaspoon of baking powder and then my baking soda. Okay. And then I need 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. Put the rest of that in there. Okay, and then just blend this all together. If you have a sifter, you can sift this all together. I do have one. I just rather just do it this way. A less thing to clean. Okay, so this here. Now I'm just going to set this aside, and now we're going to work on the sugar, the eggs, and the oil. That's the next step. Okay, so the next thing is sugar. We need 2 cups of sugar. Okay. So 2 cups of sugar. And then the next thing would be, we're going to start adding our 4 eggs. And then I also need 1 cup of vegetable oil. So I'm going to get that ready. Okay, so here's my 4 eggs. Okay, and then we're going to start mixing this here a little bit together. Okay, and I'm going to start adding my oil. So 1 cup of vegetable oil. And then mix this all up together. I want to break down that sugar so it doesn't clump when we add it, when we add the flour to this. Okay. Okay. So it's well blended. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my flour to this mixture. Okay, mix it up. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, you can mix this by hand, or you can use a hand blender. So here is my mixture. Okay, mix it all up. And then the next thing would be just to add your carrots. I mean, this is really quick. And my baking pan is, I'm using two baking pans. They're 8 inches each. So we're gonna grease those after. So make sure this is all incorporated. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now the next thing would be to add our carrots. So we have 3 cups. Okay. Now mix this up and blend the carrots in. And this is going to be so good. And we're also going to make our own homemade cream cheese frosting. So get this all blended. You could see that. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and get my baking pan. I have, like I said, 2 of them, 8 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and grease both of them, and then we're going to get the batter split in between both of them, and that'll be the next step. Okay, just wanted to give you a close-up of my batter. So here it is, and now we're going to start filling our baking pan. Okay, so they're greased, and now I'm going to start adding my batter in here. Okay, try to disperse it evenly. Just move that for a second. Let's do this one. Okay, and while I was doing this, I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees. Okay, these are going to cook for approximately 30 minutes, but make sure you pierce it with a toothpick to ensure that it's cooked through. Okay, so just shake it a little bit. Okay. Let's fill these up. And if you're using, if you don't want to use 2 baking pans and you just want to use 1 big baking dish, you can do that. It's just going to probably need a little bit longer in the oven, but again, leave it in longer and just pierce it to ensure that it's cooked all the way through. Okay, and here they are. Look how good that looks. I'm so excited to eat this. Okay, so my baking pans are ready to go in the oven. Again, 350 degrees, 30 minutes, but check on them at 25 minutes with a toothpick to see if it pierces through and no batter's on the toothpick. And then they're ready to come out, and we're going to let them cool. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and work on our cream cheese frosting. So that's the next step. Okay, so for the cream cheese frosting, we're going to need an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I left it out room temperature, and 1 stick of butter. And we're gonna go ahead and use a hand mixer and blend these together. That is the next step. Okay, so my cream cheese, my butter are in here. Okay, and now I'm gonna use my hand blender here, and we're gonna blend these together until they're creamed all together. And I was quick because I had it out room temperature. Okay, so look at that. Let me get this part here. Okay, and then the next thing is you need to add some vanilla extract in here. So it's 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, blend this up as well. Okay, and it's coming together so quick. So the next thing is we need 2 cups of powdered sugar. So it's going to be a total of 4.5 cups of powdered sugar, but I'm going to do 2 cups first to see how it blends in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 1 cup. So I'm going to mix it together. Okay, so when the 1 cup is blended well into the butter and the cream cheese, then I'm going to go ahead and add another cup. Okay. Let's see. It's actually blended a little bit here like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add another cup of powdered sugar. Okay, so this cream cheese frosting is going to be enough to coat the whole top and all the sides and maybe have a little bit extra. So let's blend this up. Okay. Make sure it's all incorporated. And this frosting can last in the refrigerator for a few days. Okay. There we go. Let me just taste a little bit here. So good. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 more cup. Okay. Okay, so we did 2 cups, so this is 3 cups. I said we might do 4.5, but I think I'm just gonna do 3.5 cups. Okay, so blend this up. Nice and creamy. Look how smooth that looks. Okay. Get that there. Let's mix this up again. Okay, that looks so good. Right, let me get another taste. That's actually perfect. I'm just going to add another half a cup, so it's a total of 3.5 cups of powdered sugar. I used to love to bake. I baked all the time. That was my one thing I loved to do, so I'm really excited to be making this. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up. Okay. And I'm going to set this aside until the cake is done. Of course, we need the cake to cool, because if you add the cream cheese frosting to a warm cake, it is just going to drip all over the plate. Okay, so here it is. It's all done. It tastes amazing. My cake is going to be great. Okay, homemade carrot cake with homemade cream cheese frosting. And look how good that looks. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and I have about a few more minutes till my cake is done. I'm going to take it out, let it cool, and then we will work on frosting it and everything. It's going to be so good. Okay, so we'll get to the next step. I'll give you a close-up. See how creamy that is. Just keep blending it until it's a smooth consistency. Okay, so my cakes are done. They came out of the oven. I cooked them for a little over 35 minutes. And just make sure you pierce it with a toothpick to ensure that it's cooked through. And then just set it aside and let it cool for about 5 minutes or so in the pan. And then remove it from the pan and let it cool again. And my cream cheese frosting, I put in the refrigerator for a few minutes so it can like harden up a little bit. Okay, so I removed my cakes from the baking pan, and now I'm going to let them cool a little longer. And once they're completely cool, we'll do the frosting and the cake will be done. Okay, so now it's time to frost this cake. So I have the one piece, I turned it upside down. What you can do is you can slice it so it lays flat. I'm just going to leave it because it's like a nice little crunch at the end. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to frost the center. Okay. Let's frost the center. Okay. You could put whatever thickness you want. Okay. I'm going to put some more. Look at that. That is going to be so good. Okay. All right. And then what we need to do is, now we take the other piece and we lay it right on top. Just like that. Let me see if I can move my camera back a little more. Actually, leave it like that. Okay. And look how good this looks. So I'm going to take the rest of my frosting and I'm going to frost the whole thing. I don't know if you could see this. I just put a big dollop of frosting on top. That's better. Okay. Okay, that's better. So, just start frosting the whole cake. Okay. Trying to get the camera not to wiggle as much. Okay. So I will continue. So what I just like to do is just dollop it and then start like running it all around the sides. Okay. This is going to be great. I don't even know if you want to watch me frost the whole thing, but I must say it's very relaxing. Okay. Almost done. Okay, look at that. Okay, so in the center you can add as much as you want. So look how good this looks. Okay, oops, it's slipping a little bit, but put it back in place. Okay, look at that. And this is my carrot cake. Gotta get every little crevice. And this is my carrot cake. Look how good that looks. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture and then I'm gonna grab my plate and then I will cut it in half and I will show you. This is my carrot cake with my cream cheese frosting. Okay, so now my carrot cake is done and I'm going to slice a piece. Show you how it looks. Okay, my plate here. And look at that. Let me turn it. You see, it has the frosting on the inside. My cake it's a little bit warm still, but everyone wanted to eat it, so I kind of rushed that part. But look how amazing that looks. Let's see if I get a close up. You can see the inside. And then look at my plate. Look how good. Look at all those pieces of carrot. Yum. Okay, so here, look how moist. First of all, look how moist that is. That is absolutely delicious. This is like the moistest carrot cake ever. I have been making it for years. It's just been a while since I made it. But the frosting is amazing. The cake, so much flavor and super moist. I thank you so much for watching what's on my plate. This is my carrot cake.